So, hey Scorpio, my name is Chris and this is your beautiful reading for whenever you find it. It's not time specific, it's not even really sign specific, but it's definitively for Scorpio as well. So check this out and check out your sun, moon and rising video if you want to get the full picture. So I'm not doing the Celtic cross, I'm just dealing some cards here, 10 cards actually. And I'm seeing what life might throw at us, at you, at us, right? That's the 10 of Wands. I'm just not commenting before I get a few cards and get a picture here. The Queen of Cups, the Strengths card. Okay, let's just say you're finishing something up, right? You're almost there, it's done. Yeah, you're done with something. You have carried these sticks way too long and they have gotten really, really freaking heavy. But you know what? A few steps and you're there. There's emotional awareness. There is rooting your emotions. You know exactly how you feel about something. I think you're done with something. This is this energy where you just, okay, I have to finish it, but I'm totally done with it. You're not wrestling with it, you're not arguing with it, you're not trying to fight it, you just accept it. There's radical acceptance here in the 10 of Wands. With the Queen of Cups, that's for sure, and the Strengths card, you know, there's something over. There's the Moon card, there is the Sun card, and yeah, that's where you're going through, and that's so much better than 10 of Wands is this heaviness, right? But this is the jolly good fellow. He's sitting in front of his talents, basically, his 9 cups, right? He's not wearing a crown. He's not sitting on a throne, but he has nice fancy clothes, right? And he's really well off, but he's not a king, right? But he doesn't need to be. Internally, you already are the Queen of Cups, so you know what is important for you. You know what you like, what you dislike, what you can stand, what you can't stand, right? And now you just have to, I feel like there's something that you have to tidy up, and then you're getting in this frequency. There's the Sun card here as well. Maybe it's something subconsciously that you have to finish, right? Are you subconsciously still in an old chapter? You know, are you still mourning about spilled milk? Are you still, is there something, sometimes it's just like an item, you know, some stupid teddy bear someone gave you who later betrayed you, and you still got that stupid thing. Kick it out of your life, right? Whatever it is, something that you're hanging on. We collect postcards, we collect, you know, stuffed animals, things like that, right? And there's a lot of emotional baggage connected to these things, even if the chapter that we've lived through is already over. So if you got something that you're hanging on to that no longer serves a good purpose for your life, that is just constantly reminding you of, you know, something that is long gone and no longer real, and, you know, that's kind of dragging you down. Get rid of that, right? Bring out the trash of your subconsciousness. Whatever you're holding on to, it's time to take out the trash. You know, you're already there. You're arriving there by, I think the Moon card is telling you to take out the trash of your subconsciousness. Do not try to force anything. You're just flowing. You're going towards your goal, what you want to create. Everything beautiful. And what you want to create is the Sun card. That's coming next. And you just doing what you love. So doing what you love is super important. Give that more energy. Focus on that. And you're getting there. There's justice. We always like the justice. The 10 of Cups. Okay. And the Star card and the freaking, what else we got? Wait a minute. Is that's the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. At the bottom of the deck. So bottom of the deck is fulfillment, is we can say this, wealth, abundance, and prosperity. You know, there are some coins in here. That's the Ten of Pentacles, of course it is, right? But it's not necessary that you win the lottery or whatever, right? But you're manifesting something. You're immersing yourself in your own creation, because this is actually that old guy here. That's the magician. And nobody's recognizing him except the child and the dogs. They are recognizing him. But the people here, they don't even realize who the magician is, who created all that beautiful, wonderful village around, right? And this is his creation. That's the magician. And you're doing something. You're creating something. You're creating maybe a new life for yourself. And even if it's just taking out the trash of your subconsciousness. And your subconsciousness, you might be emotionally attached to some old shit, right? Some stuffed animals, whatever it is, some, you know, crystals that somebody gave you or whatever. And you're still, you know, these things have a hold on us because they are kind of reminding us of a chapter that is long gone. So Justice, the Moon card, and the Ten of Wands is pretty much telling me, bring out the trash of your subconsciousness, and you're crossing the finish line. There is a few more steps to go, and you close this old chapter, right? You did so much already to close this old freaking chapter. And where you're going, you're not forcing anything, right? You're just, it's a flow state, basically. You're just gliding over the finish line. You're almost flying over the finish line, even if that Ten of Wands looks pretty heavy. But there's justice here. Justice is always a good sign. Do not try to force things. Trust the universe. Justice is here. I mean, it's really, really good, right? I think Justice is a good card. You're not a narcissist. This is not a narcissist channel, right? This is a channel for empathic, wonderful people, maybe a little freakish people, but hey, wonderful, empathic people, not a narcissistic channel. So Justice, we like Justice, right? Because we're not the bad people, let's just say. We are very well aware of our shadow side, and every light casts a shadow, right? And that's totally fine. But we're definitively, you know, the light side of the yin yang symbol, even if there's a dark spot in us, right? And that's okay. As long as we just transcend and integrate and love ourselves, you know, consenting adults, good intention, nobody gets hurt, that's good enough, right? So you're going towards from something that felt very, very heavy, maybe for a very, very long time. I don't know, what have you done in the last 9 or 10 years? Because usually 9 or 10 years, that's a developmental cycle. What have you done? I think the last 9 years, 10 years have been pretty hard. Maybe 2025 has been pretty heavy for kind of all of us, right? Because that was really a year of hell. But that old chapter, right, that the last 10 years, 9 or 10 years, that's over. And in 2026, there's an entire new year starting, and you should definitely check out the yearly reading and the spring reading. I'm going to link the yearly reading at the end of this reading. This is a 0, respectively a 1 year, right? So we are all going into a new chapter, and whatever is holding you back into the old narrative, into the old story, into the old chapter of the last 10 years, if it doesn't serve your purpose, you know, I'm not saying throw out your computer or something like that, but maybe you have to delete a few files, and not just from your computer, but from your life, from your internal operating system, from your subconsciousness, right? Is there some attachment to shit that no longer serves you? Out of your life. Then there's Justice coming, Strength card, fairly easy. You know exactly how you feel about one thing, and you know exactly what brings you joy and happiness while you do it. You could do it all day long, maybe not all day long, but you know, there's something joyful creation here. There's some talent here, and this guy really loves what he's doing, and he's doing what he loves. And you know what it is, and you're going towards that. 10 of Wands, with that inner mindset of the Queen of Cups, going towards that 9 of Cups. Beautiful. Try not to force it, you know it's coming, right? You're going into this direction, what you love to do, what is important for you. And if you just keep going, right, fairly quickly, much quicker than you think, it will all look like this. And this is the freaking outcome. And let's not forget, bottom of the deck is the 10 of Pentacles. We got the 10 of Pentacles, we got the 10 of Cups, and the 10 is always completion, right? You got the 9 of Cups here and the 10 of Cups, right? And the 10 of Pentacles. What else we got? The Sun card and the Star card. Come on. So you got 2 10s, completion, a happy home. You find maybe a good place. Maybe you find a good community. Maybe you find a sense of belonging again. You have been out on a journey, right? With the 10 of Wands, that's for sure. And then there's the Star card and the Sun card, which is just so freaking beautiful and makes me really happy that I can show you that with the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. Because the Sun card is literally that naked baby riding a white horse through a sunflower field, right? While the freaking sun is shining and everybody's happy. So after the night comes the day. That might have been in the last few years a time of challenge, a time maybe you went through narcissistic abuse like many of us, right? It's coming to a closure, and 2026 is not going to be another 2025. Remember that. Check out the yearly reading. There's the Star card, a wish fulfilled from the universe. The 10 of Cups, you finding joy and happiness. 9 and 10 of Cups with the Sun. Are you freaking kidding me? And I'm doing maybe 3 clarifiers. I don't think we need much to clarify here. There's the 9 of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. You got the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. Now you got the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. So if there's something that you need to finish, maybe 9 of Pentacles is low-hanging fruit, so you just have to put in a little bit of work and you get a huge, big reward out of it. There is the 10 of Swords here. Let's just do that. 10 of Swords. Yeah, it's the old chapter, the old version, the old heaviness is over. So maybe you have been, when it's about Swords energy, usually it's an indicator, especially with the 10 of Swords, maybe you have taken things too serious, and maybe there is some perfectionism in there in the last 10 years where you were totally running on that, trying to be just perfect and check all the freaking boxes. There's the Ace of Cups. Come on. You're rediscovering joy, and it's really coming so quickly towards you. And I'm not even sure. Yeah, you held on to something. There's the Queen of Cups again. Are you kidding me? So that's just something flies out. There's the Moon card, the Queen of Cups. I don't need more clarifiers. Let's just keep it with the Queen of Cups again. Follow your heart. I guess that's the big message here. You might have followed your mind, your intellect, primarily in the last 10 years. Maybe that was the case for most of us, right? Pluto was in Capricorn since 2008, and this is definitively absolutely over. We got Pluto in Aquarius now, which is Cups energy, which is water, which is your emotions. So you have to do something that you're aligned in. There's the Ace of Cups here as well, with your heart feelings, what brings you joy, which makes sense to you, not just what looks good on your CV or what looks good on paper, or how you could impress some boss or some, I don't know, you know, who cares what these people are? Look around in the world, they're all pretty much criminals, right? There's Sananda. Okay, Sananda, the eye god. I think that's the name of Jesus even. Sananda, mastery. Yeah, mastery. And mastery coming back to your strengths. And your strengths is not fighting the old system, by the way. You're embracing the new system and you're nurturing the new system. You're an agent of the light, of joy, of happiness, of the new system, where it's much more about what makes sense, what do you love to do. And, you know, if you're not a criminal, it's basically impossible at this time in this society to make it, right? If you're not a member of some effed up cabal, you know, you as a decent human being, good luck making it, right? So shrug your shoulders and just do what you love. And, you know, we have to pay our bills, that's for sure, right? But, you know, it's not like, you know, there was this promise a few decades ago when you were really working hard, you could actually make it. I don't think that's true anymore. So you might as well do what you love, because life does not go on forever. So, you know, make sure to implement joy and happiness in your daily life, right? It's not just something we should do at the weekends. Life should happen every day, and life should not be like the 10 of Swords or the 10 of Wands, this heaviness, this, oh my God, dreadful frequency. No, it should be the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, the Sun card. We can't ride through, and we can't ride naked through a sunflower field like every day, but every now and then, right? And, you know, maybe we just take a good sunbath in the park or something like that. But joy and happiness must be part of your daily freaking life, right? Not just on the fucking weekend. Sananda, mastery. And, you know, if that's not the case, transform your freaking life. And I'm not saying it's easy, but, you know, maybe you did that in the last 10 years, maybe you did that. And maybe in giving up that old version of yourself, perfectionism, checking all the boxes, doing what looks good on paper, right? And just F about what others think about you, and the expectation of society is that you're basically a good slave. But, you know, don't be a good slave. Be a happy camper. Be, you know, be the 9 of Cups guy. Sananda, the evolved name of Jesus, is he who has ascended into a higher dimension of awareness. Through this card, Samanda invites you to ascend with him into the heart of love. In doing so, you can rise above the obstacles and challenges you face, and through the physical world will never, though the physical world will never be the same, be free of obstacles. From a higher perspective, you will see they are not the inflexible solid structures you initially imagined. You think you exist in this physical world, but in reality the physical world exists to you. For in essence you are light and have the power to transcend physical reality and raise your awareness by connecting with the eternal light and love inside you. True light, all has come. True light, all is transformed and healed. And, you know, you might think, oh, that sounds a little, you know, woo-woo, right? But frequency, right? You can think about Tesla, and I'm not mean the Nazi Tesla, but the old Tesla, right? The original Tesla. What he said about frequency, you know, everything is frequency, right? The material world is an emanation of frequency of consciousness, and consciousness is defined by frequency. And what I'm trying to tell you in this reading is that you watch your frequency. If it's constantly down in guilt, fear, shame, sorrow, scarcity mindset, you know, anger, hatred, you know, these are very dense frequencies, lower frequencies. So just make sure that you raise your frequency every day there must be joy, there must be happiness, there must be inner peace in you, in your life, and to cultivate that, making that cultivation of inner peace and joy and happiness a priority. And it's not the other people, it's not this nation or that nation, or these people or that people, or that religion, you know, what the antagonist, the devil, or whatever, right? The narcissists always try to tell you, oh, you have to hate these people and fight those people. That's all bullshit. You have to raise your frequency. Hate, guilt, fear, shame, guilt, all that jazz. These are very low frequencies. You make your life happy. You're coming to the sun, to the star card, to the 10 of cups, 9 of cups. Beautiful mastery of your consciousness, by the way, from the night into the day, by taking responsibility for your own frequency. That's easier said than done, because if you, got a lot of toxic people around you, but that's maybe part of the get rid of these people, throw them out of your life, and focus on joy and happiness and really raise your frequency. And what I always recommend people to do in all of my readings, basically, sit down. If you have stress, anger, frustration in you, you breathe in 5 seconds, you breathe out 10 seconds. Really push it out, right? That's how you release negativity. You can do 5 in, 10 out, or 3 in, or 6 out, whatever you can do comfortably. But the last, you should really press it out, right? And then time it so you can easily make it. 1 in, 2 out, basically. That's how you release stress. And if you do that every day, if you do it for half an hour every day, you're cooking, right? That's life transforming. People don't believe that, but try it, do it every freaking day. And if you have never done it, build discipline by doing it again and again. Maybe you start with 5 minutes, and then combine that with meditation, same time, and treat it like a workout for your consciousness, because you're working with your consciousness here. If you're into tarot cards, you're working with your consciousness. From the moon, from subconsciousness to the light, to the sun card, right? You're making basically the shadow aspects, the unconscious, you make it conscious, right? That's how you gain mastery, right? Not by negating it, not by shoving it under the rug, not by projecting it onto other people and blame other people, and I feel so bad because of these people and that people, and they believe the wrong thing, and I have to just, we have to wage war against these people. No, that's all bullshit. That's all an externalization. Take care of your own shit. Work with your subconsciousness. You do this with breath work. 1 in, 2 out. That's how you release negativity. And then consciousness, you're cultivating meditation. You're cultivating your consciousness true inner peace just by freaking sitting there in stillness for half an hour. Can you do that? Treat it like a workout. And you can. So that's all I got, and I hope it resonates with you. And if it does, share, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think about it, and hopefully see you next time. Now, my friend, check out the yearly reading and the spring reading. Ciao.